This is hole number 5, and we did a lot of work on this before the Piney Woods Flex start, and I thought that it was a pretty good hole, but during the Piney Woods, we were getting a lot of 5s on this, where people were going and skipping into the water on the left side is all I can figure, and because if you go right, there's just not that much damage, or danger, I guess. So anyways, one suggestion someone had was to take these trees here, these little ones that are right along the creek bed, out, which will give you kind of a nice straight shot towards the basket. I was feeling pretty good about doing that, but then I talked to a couple more people, and they said, you know what, I birdie this every time, and their route is to come through here with kind of a little flexy backhand, hit this gap. It's plenty wide and reasonable for a advanced player to do this. Come right through here and then skip around towards the basket. If anything, I could take this little 3-inch tree right on the corner, which I think I'm going to do anyways, and then you're skipping right to the basket. So that's kind of the flex route. At the same time, if I take out these trees here that along the trees bank, I'd be more afraid that people are gonna be more likely to try and run this route, and they're actually gonna get into more danger, and because they're not gonna play safe. And as far as some of the people that don't necessarily have the distance or the accuracy, they could always go throw a forehand through there, right through, and kind of land over here somewhere and give them a pretty unencumbered shot to get their 3. So it's a good risk reward hole. I think that during the Piney Woods, guys were just really shooting for this, and they didn't have a really good picture in their mind just how much this creek encroaches on the fairway. As you can see, most of the people, if they're flying straight from the tee pad through here, they are right over the OB most of the way, and if that disc lands, it's going to check up, skip to the left, and they're going to be OB. So I think for now I'm going to not pull those couple of V trees out, and we're going to see how it plays, and I guess now we are going to go up to hole number 6. Oh, by the way, if you have some comments about any of these videos I'm making, or any of my changes I'm making on the holes, please post them out on Facebook, or on the YouTube video as well, so that I can get some feedback from you guys. We try and make this course work for people. We want to make it fun, and gold should be hard, but it shouldn't be a beating like it has been. So we're headed up to 6 next. This is hole number 6. Just short of the landing zone, and I'm looking back down the fairway. The close white you can see is the white box, and the far one way out there, that is the gold box. And then if you look over here, we have the blue box, and if I pan over here is the red. As I was coming up on this fairway, thinking about what to say and what to film, I got the term in my mind of a progressive fairway. And what I mean by that is, depending on what tee you're throwing from, you're going to get further down this fairway for, as a landing area for your second shot. For example, red obviously is right here. It's really made for beginners. So they're probably going to get 2/3 of the way through this little pencil forest here. On the other hand, from my experience, people that are playing white, if they have a forehand, they're getting about pretty much right to the front door of these. With a good forehand, they're going to be in here someplace, because they're able to get to around the corner really well, and really they're almost putting for an eagle on this from the white. But that's an advanced player throwing from the white tees. As I go back here, blues, since they're throwing a forehand, I would expect them to land in here someplace and they're coming around this corner on a pretty good skip. And gold, being that they're throwing backhand up that hill, probably because it's a pretty long uphill pull, they're going to be landing in here someplace. And if they go long, they're going to be over here. But distance control is one of the things that pro or good advanced player should be able to have. So they're really trying to get in here someplace. So I've gotten a lot of complaints about these, what I'm calling, I guess, kind of the pencil forest here. And because they think that it's not fair. What I'm really trying to protect against is some people say, well, pull out this tree right here and that tree right there, and just give us a straight tunnel all the way. And my feeling on that is, from here, that is maybe 110 feet. People are jump putting that, especially the advanced guys. I don't like eagles. I think that this should really be a challenging shot. From here, I would think most pros and advanced guys are going to have a shot anywhere through here. Like if you're over here, you're probably going to throw a little forehand anhyzer through the hole. As you work over this way a little bit more, this is going to be almost a straight shot. Work over here, it's going to be a little backhand putter shot. If you get way over here, you're out of position, you're going to have to work some magic. So the landing zone is tight. That is kind of my attitude on this. I'd love to hear some thoughts. Many of the people that came out and played this for the Piney Woods Flex Start said it's great just like it is. We see what you're trying to accomplish, don't change a thing. People should be able to have this kind of shot, and if they make two good shots, they're going to have an easy birdie. If they make a good drive up the hill and kind of a not so great upshot and get knocked down, hopefully they're going to get to the circle's edge up here and be able to have an opportunity to make a great shot and get their birdie. That typically is what I'm looking for. Two good shots, I should say 3 good shots should get a birdie, or one kind of bad shot, a great shot, and a good shot is going to get you a birdie as well. So that's my theory. I know we need to clean up around the basket a little bit. This is kind of really ugly over here. It just really hasn't been a priority. I'd like to clean up there, maybe trim that grass down a little bit. So that's what I'm thinking about for this hole. I would love to hear people's advice. One tree that I'm looking at that most people say it just shouldn't make a difference at all is this one that you see with the pink ribbon here. Let me turn around on this end and I'll show you why it's important. So if you, on any of these, other than red obviously, white, blue, and gold, if you land early, that is a really tough shot. You're basically having to throw through 3 gaps to get to the basket, and I just don't think that's fair. I'd like to, and the gap is only like 3 feet. So if I take out this tree, so the glare isn't so bad, if I take out this tree right here, then you have that tree and that tree that you have to make it through, and then the next gap is another 50 feet down. If you can hit both of those gaps, which little flex forehand is probably going to do it from here, even if you're out over here someplace, you know, there's still shots. As I go over here, by the way, this is a really good place. It's better to be short and right than long and left on this, because as you can see, this gives you a beautiful forehand, and there's just a couple trees that you have to miss up there. So that's what I'm thinking for 6. As it stands right now, I'm not going to make any changes on it. Next hole to talk about is number 7. Okay, this is about 2/3 of the way down hole number 7's gold fairway. And one thing I'm looking at for this is that right here, if you choose to go to the right of these big trees right here, there's the mule, and there's the fairway going back. There is pretty much a straight shot with just a little bit of checkup at the end. What I'd like to do is just clean this up a little bit right here. Some of the brush that's down here, and maybe some of these little trees over here can go. The idea is I really want to make this green slippery. So if someone throws something that's a little bit straight, they're going to go right over those OB walking trail boundaries there. And so that same is going to be over here. I can see I've started blowing the leaves out of there and all the pine needles. Eventually this is all going to be a nice smooth fairway. Probably take out some of these little pencil trees so that people that come in, zoom around the basket here, people that came in, the mule up there sitting right in the middle of the fairway. Discs that come in through here are going to go, they're going to hit this, and they're going to skip long out of bounds. Idea being we want really good distance control on our drives. And so that's what we're talking about for hole number 7. Otherwise, this has been a really good hole. There's been a really good scoring separation, a couple of 2s from the goal, as well as 3s, 4s, and 5s, which is really what we're looking for. So I think we are going to try not to change this hole all that much. Okay, off to number 8.